James Theopistis with Finer Works, and today we're going to talk about soft-proofing in Adobe Photoshop. You've probably already have heard the term soft-proofing, so you're familiar with the concept. And if not, soft-proofing is simply the process of having Photoshop or another software program show you what your image is going to really look like once it's printed on a particular type of paper or canvas using a particular printer and ink system. So that's in a nutshell what soft-proofing is. Now, to actually perform the process of soft-proofing, what you're going to do is you're going to use some handy little tools that Photoshop offers. Now, when we do that, you'll notice that your image will become, in most cases, will become somewhat muted. The colors may look a little washed out. That's normal because Photoshop, again, is trying to Photoshop is trying to show you the difference between a projected image on your screen and a printed image, which is not going to have the wide array or wide gamut of colors that your computer screen is capable of showing. So what we're going to do now to show you an example of this is this image here. I'm going to want to print this, say, on an artist matte canvas that we have at Finer Works. I think we have it just listed as matte canvas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to View, and I'm going to come over here to Proof Setup, and I'm going to click Custom. Now it may or may not be checked, but either way I'm going to go ahead and select Custom. And as we see here, the current profile, which is working RGB, is what we've been looking at. But I'm going to come over here and I'm going to select the appropriate color profile. In this case, it's going to be the HP 5500 UV Artist Matte Canvas. And now I'm going to go ahead and make sure that Perceptual is selected. You may have, you'll have several options, but go ahead and choose Perceptual. Check Black Point Compensation, and I like to check Simulate Black Ink. I know not everyone uses this option when they soft-proof, but I like to. It does mute the image even more, but I'm going to go ahead and check that anyway. And if you've been looking at the image while I've been checking these boxes and selecting different options, you've noticed that the image looks more muted than it did before. So let's look at it before, and here it is after. Now don't be alarmed, because again, this is Photoshop's way of showing you the difference between a printed image and a projected image. Anytime you print something, your output of color is much more limited, because there's no printer out there that I'm aware of that can match what most computer screens can display. And now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Now all's not lost, because although the image looks muted and I see some colors that I am a little concerned about, just may not print very well, or just might not get the contrast like I want it to be, there is always a workaround for this. Now that I am in that soft-proofing mode, I can come over here to my image adjustment tools and make appropriate adjustments, whether I want to up the contrast, or maybe I want to work with the color curves, color balance, etc. I can do that using any of these tools. I won't go into these because those are for many other tutorials, but if you've used Photoshop for a while, you're probably familiar with at least one or two of these tools. And another thing you probably want to do is you want to come over here and you want to click View and select Gamut Warning. See, and what that does is that tells you if there's going to be colors within your image may not print as accurate as you'd like them to be. And when I did that, when I select that, I don't know if you saw that, but over here on the left hand side, you can see these little gray areas. Just a few of them. I'm not really too worried about that because they're so small. But if you have some large areas of with massive amounts of gray, that's going to be a little bit more worrisome, because that means that those are colors within your image, and wherever you see those gray areas, those are pixels within that digital image file that the printer is just going to have trouble with in general. So that doesn't mean the printer is going to print those areas gray. It simply means that the printer is going to try its best to match it, but it's giving you fair warning that might not get it as right as you'd like. Again, if it's a little small areas like on these twigs here, it's not a big deal because it's not a large area of the image. However, if let's say the majority of this yellow sky was in showing those gray areas, then that would be more worrisome, because I know that those yellow areas, that yellow when printed might not be quite the yellow that I'm seeing here on my computer screen. Well, that's basically the whole soft proofing process. It's actually very simple. The only thing you have to remember is you want to do this on a calibrated monitor. On Google or some of the other search engines, you should find lots of resources on how to calibrate your monitor. Also, you do want to make sure you have downloaded and installed the appropriate color profiles to the media type that you plan on printing. That pretty much covers the whole soft proofing process. If you have any questions, we offer a limited amount of soft proofing support. Feel free to send us an email at customercare@finalworks.com if you have any questions, and we'll try to provide you the answer. And that concludes this tutorial. Have a great day.